Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another interview with King Solomon Entertainment and Media. So we thank you so much for your wonderful, wonderful outpour of support, the wonderful feedback. We could not do it without that and without you participating with us as friends to the show. Please take this time to share this video, to subscribe if you have not subscribed, to comment, hit the notification button. Let people know that King Solomon Entertainment is moving forward and we are doing wonderful, wonderful things here on the platform. We want to make sure you take the time now to subscribe. We are on most social media platforms. YouTube, as you see right there in the title, King Solomon Entertainment, Twitter, King Solomon ENT, Facebook, King Solomon Media Group, on Instagram with King underscore Solomon underscore ENT underscore CO underscore. And LinkedIn, we are King Solomon Media Group. We ask you to please subscribe, follow us, share this video. And we want to thank you guys. If you want to partner with us, please reach out to us at our official website, which is King Solomon Entertainment.tv. That's King Solomon Entertainment.tv, which is our official website. Send us an email, connect with us. We'll let you know how you can partner with us and how you can move forward in the vision that we have here. Those of you that don't know, we have several original programming here. We have the KS News platform, Philanthropy at its best platform. We have the Cultural Scribe for our rap artists, as well as Hollywood Now, one-on-one Hollywood stars, celebrities, as well as Hollywood insiders on the Hollywood Now platform, and this new wonderful patronage platform. We discuss business empowerment with business and the consumer engagement comes together. We could not do what we do without our partners and our supporters. So at a particular time, we want to thank those, and then we'll be right back to start this wonderful, great interview. HeartToHeartForYou.org. Heart to Heart mission is to supply every young person with a new pair of shoes, especially those who need them. A domestic and international nonprofit organization. 844-237-6344. Tell them King Solomon sent you. Dr. Amanda J. Rosette, Doctor of Physical Therapy, low back, neck, shoulder pain, pain management, post-surgical rehabilitation. RosettePhysicalTherapy.com, 424-243-5261. Tell them King Solomon sent you. Hill to Hill Shoes, 310-743-5625. Affordable shoes for all occasion. HillToHillShoes.org. Tell them King Solomon sent you. GQ Auto Connect, simple, affordable, quality service that's worth it. New and used vehicles at a wholesale price and much, much more. 310-695-2404, Culver City, California. Tell them King Solomon sent you. GQAutoConnect.com. And there you have it. Thank you guys so much for listening to our partners. We want to definitely shout them out and definitely let them know, like the video said, platform. And we just thank God for them and what they're doing, partnering with us and moving forward. And just reach out to them, patronize them, let them know King Solomon sent you. Don't forget to share this video. We're so excited for another interview here on our patronage platform where business entrepreneurship, business ownership engage with the consumer, and we get so much empowerment talking to our business owners and giving platform and light to our business owners. Today is no exception. Wonderful, wonderful business entrepreneur. She was former flight attendant. She worked in finance. She is now a traveling guru, a model for MS, foundation, as well as a wonderful, wonderful business owner and mother and wife. We're so happy to have Tiffany Vinson with us today. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's totally an honor to be a part of your show.
Thank you so much. We're so grateful. And I always do my research on people we have on, and I'm always touched by the personal, how you definitely personalize your story to kind of symphony with your purpose and discovering that journey of what you do now. Wonderful backstory to that. Always entails triumph, and that's a secret ingredient. And I'm so glad that you were a survivor and that you are. You made lemonade out of lemons, and so you're moving
Okay.
forward. And so we're so grateful to have you. So if we forgot anything, please introduce yourself to our audience, and if not, we'll just move forward with the interview.
No, you did an amazing job. It's probably one of the best interviews intros I've ever had. So I greatly appreciate you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's get right into it. You said you started as a flight attendant.
Yes.
Yeah, how did that start?
Oh, it was amazing. I remember I was in college my freshman year and I was just like, this is not it. I always wanted to be a flight attendant. I had never in my life flown on a plane.
Mm,
And so I wanted to do it. And so I did. I applied for two different companies. One was a, a smaller company.
mhm.
And I remember going through that process, and that's a story in itself. But nevertheless, I ended up working for Delta Airlines,
Mm,
and it was an amazing opportunity. I love the opportunity to fly from be in one destination in just a matter of minutes, being in another, and helping people get there safely and securely. And I think that it was so important to know that it was just more than just handing out sodas and graham crackers. It was more to it than that. So
mm.
I loved it.
Amazing. And then as you doing that, your health begin to fail, and then you
Yes,
make the transition to doing what you do today. So
yes.
how did that come about? How did you felt different that day when it happened?
It was just over time. I was just thinking that I was having jet lag,
Mm,
fatigue. I thought I was tired, but it was a different kind of tired. It was like you had ran up and down hills. When honestly, that's not what I do. And so I was very like kind of thrown off a little bit. And then you all know, like when you see a flight attendant, they're typically in their uniform and they're wearing these cute little kitten heels or 6-inch stilettos, whatever you see. You see them strutting through. And I took pride in that. And I was one of the ones who did it. But I started noticing that I wasn't able to walk in heels for a very long time. So I started transitioning into my flats. And that was just so traumatic to me. But the doctors could not diagnose me. They were just like, you're depressed. And I'm like, I have no reason to be depressed. All is well. I'm doing what I love. At the time, my fiance, we just loved it. It was a great lifestyle. And it wasn't until I just realized like it was beginning a little bit harder to get up and to start walking. And I was like, okay, I need to put my wings down. And that's exactly what I did. And so I transitioned into banking and finance, which was ultimately what I wanted to get into, and we got into management with financing. And I love that because I was able to educate people about money matters, talk to them about budgets, and be able to have those tough conversations when people weren't able to be approved for loans. Um, Closing on home loans, all those different things all in one was really good. And then after so many years, I noticed that some things were going on with me. I wasn't moving as often and moving as smoothly as I was before. And I actually had a customer come into the office and she's elder and she said, "You need to go see a neurologist." And I said, "Who?" I mean, you don't say who. I'm saying, "Ma'am," because you
yeah,
don't want
yeah.
it's a respect thing. I
Yeah.
said, "Ma'am," she said, "You need to go see your neurologist. You need to go get your brain checked." And I
Mm,
said, "Oh, yes, ma'am." She meant neurologist. She said
neurologist.
neurologist.
It's all
Yes,
right.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And so I actually went to my primary.
Uh,
Hey, you know how you don't correct
no, no, no,
who correct? Who gonna
no,
correct?
no, no, yeah.
Not me. I want all my teeth. Not
Uh,
me.
yeah, yeah. But
So
what was more offensive, neuralgia or get your hair checked? I don't know which one.
hey,
We'll decide that later.
I know, right? I'll take it. Look, I'll
Yeah,
give it how she take it. I'll take how she
yeah,
give it. I'll do it.
yeah.
And so just realizing like, okay, there is something more. And if someone who saw it could identify it, then they could. And so needless to say, after so many years, not so many years, but after months, I went in and was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis May of 2006.
Mm,
And then I didn't even leave work until 5, 6 years later.
mm,
So once I got home, I was bored. I mean, I love my husband. He's an amazing teacher here. And my children were small. But I wanted more for my life, and I just really love Judge Judy. But watching her at 4 o'clock every day could not be the highlight of my life.
Don't tell my sister that, but okay.
I mean, I love her, but I just couldn't get it, like I wanted something else. And so I had someone that I worked with previously who suggested I become a travel agent. And she was doing it. And I was like, okay. It was the MLM. And I was like, I didn't know what that was. And so I was there for a year, and then decided to go and do my own. And so I got with a host agency, a
Mhm.
real agency, and started my own business and got everything in place.
Wow.
And 3 years now, I'm in.
Wow. So what an amazing journey, and how everything that you learned along the way kind of you're using now, and you kind of make sense of it and put it in its proper perspective and see how it's all correlated. And when you look back in hindsight, you like all that stuff was preparation for
He
now.
already knew my journey.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for those who don't know, I'll say, everything that I'm already in my purpose. He knew
Yeah.
my desires, he knew my hearts, and he knew what I could do. And I was so big about, and initially I was happy to find out what it was. I was
Mm.
never depressed. It was like, I got a name on it.
Mm.
Thank you. Because when you name it, call it out, I can deal with it and he can help
Mhm.
me get through it. And so I give God all the glory for that.
Mhm.
But now it's just realizing that, you know what? All of those things, the customer service, talking to them about financings and budgeting and having my systems in place, the importance of understanding what it takes to run a business. And you're still growing, but I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, the being a model for MS, what are some of the earlier signs? What are some of the preventative method dealing with MS?
Well, there with multiple sclerosis, a neurological disease, and it has over 50 symptoms. So there's not one patient that has exact. So for me, it showed up in my walking. So I would walk like I had, slow feet, dragging one foot. And then for me, I lost my vision for 7 days early on. And during those 7 days, I honestly, seriously, Solomon, saw clearly than I've ever seen in my entire life,
Mm.
if that makes any sense.
No, that makes all the sense. Yeah.
So it was like, I'm taking this right now for you to sit down because I need to get your attention because you running and da. So I used that opportunity to sit down and assess myself and what I needed. And it couldn't be what racing and tracing the corporate ladder.
Mm.
That wasn't my purpose. I wanted it. I was blessed to be in those positions without a 4-year degree, but ultimately there was somewhere else I needed to be. So
Mhm.
what I would suggest others, if you're having those things, you're having the fatigue, there's so many different symptoms, to go to your primary care doctor, and to take a look. It's not hereditary, so I don't have anyone in my family who has it. And just to pay attention to your body.
Mm.
Pay attention to your body.
Now, what about the reverse? Is Can you reverse it? Do you get
No,
better? Yeah.
no. Um, I would say no. I'm gonna say this. God is a healer of all things.
Mhm.
And I believe that my purpose in life is to show people, because this is something that I would you used to hide behind. I would
Mm.
never let anyone see that I was in my chair.
Mm.
I didn't want anyone to see if I was walking with my cane. I had a cane. I was ashamed of it. I didn't when I started my business, all you saw were postings, but you never saw me.
Mm.
And it took from me, and that was someone, a friend that came to me and said, no one's gonna relate to you because they don't know you, and it's not gonna be enough. So once they saw me and I started sharing myself in the last 2 years and being comfortable in who I was, who I am, is when I noticed that doors open up because people can relate and they see it.
Now, bring us in, right? That's a good transition into you being a superstar travel guru that you are. And now
Oh.
that you're saying that, what helped you prompt that is you now putting words and articulation to who you are and you're ready to be seen. Who are you? Who do you show up as once you discover that? And how is that helping your business to skyrocket?
Hmm. Being true to myself and realizing that this situation that I live in, and that I own it, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
If he brought me to it, he can bring me through it. So
Mm.
he put me in a situation where I don't have to worry about my two legs if they don't want to act up. He went ahead and gave me more. He gave me four more
This
to
is.
get me where I need to go. And
Mm.
so, and he put people in my life to be able to help and guide me. So this journey and what you see with Triple is not just me alone. It's my agency that I'm a part of. It's me. It's Pam. It's everyone cohesively
Yes.
working together for the purpose of good. Because if I do this without realizing where it all comes from, then it would all be in vain.
Yes, that's amazing. Amazing story to put a face to your product, to put a face to your business, understanding who you are. So when you're selling it to someone else, it's true, it's believable, and to me, those are the key elements to what I say closing a deal. Because you have to close. A lot of
You
people
gotta
get the
close. Gotta close.
opportunity, but it's another gift to be a closer. Because they
Gotta be a
usually let
closer.
people warm them up, and then they say, "Well, you can't close." They'll bring the supervisor. I need you to close. I got to close if you can't close. You know, so
Oh, I
that's
remember.
a
Oh
whole
my
nother skill,
days.
right? That's a whole
Yes.
nother skill
Yes.
in selling. You got to be able to close the deal. So
Gotta close the deal.
that's
Most definitely.
amazing that you were able to close and grow. So please, for those that do not know, because I have a good friend of mine that's a universal or international, I should say, travel blogger.
Ah,
Now, with travel, being a travel agent, what is some of the misconceptions? Because a lot of people, they want to pick and choose. Like, I can get a good deal over here for the rental.
ah.
I can hear. So, what is some of the misconceptions about that? What is the best way to go when you're traveling and getting a good package deal on your flight,
Yeah.
your rental, and your.
Well, one of the things that I always tell my clients is that the ones who come to a trip with TIP, they're not deal breakers. They're not into deals. They're looking for experiences. They want that trip with TIP experience. And that's something that you just can't nickel and dime. And so the clients that I book, they're the type of people who say, you know what? Here's what I need. This is what I want. And this is my bottom line. And because I curate these packages for them, it can't be looked over at XYZ and say, well, they charged me $25 less.
Hmm.
It's something because it's a process and every trip is catered into the group. So everything that I do, we include it into partying for a purpose. You want to do this, I have influencers who are wanting, we're doing a trip right now, and he's wanting to give back to his nonprofit. So in his package, we incorporated certain things so that way it could go into his nonprofit. And that is
Amazing.
what it's about. So when I'm talking to my guests, it's no longer about dollar for dollar. It's about, I know when I come to you, this is what we're going to incorporate and this is what we're going to do. And my people are going to jump on it and they're going to go ahead and make their deposits and pay. But one of the things that I love about it more so is that they realize that with booking with me, they're not going to have to rely on a click and bait, because they have me. I'm talking to them about travel insurance, the importance and why you should purchase your travel insurance. I have resources and affiliates that I associate, that I send my customers to. They are connected with that. They understand that my system is automated. So there's not a question that's not been asked that it can't be answered. They're going to be followed up with their trip follow ups. They have a safe, secure website where they can go on and make their payments on safely and securely, and they're able to be in touch as a group as to what's going on. We talk about the COVID. We talked about all of those things. My main goal when I was doing this COVID process was to stay in the face of everyone. I know people were at that time. Some people were scared. They didn't know. It was my responsibility as a travel agent to keep them in the know of what was going on with travel,
Yeah.
and that's what I continue to do.
Amazing. So why a travel agent opposed to me doing it myself?
Well, a lot of times I tell my people, um, it's up to your preference. You know, you got your self sabotage. You know, you got yourself people who want to book it themselves, and then you have those clients who rely on a travel agent. And it's so funny because you have some who are travel agents who are secret agents. No one knows them. They just pop up whenever they feel like they want to do it. You want to find someone who specializes in a particular area that you're interested in. Say, for instance, me. I don't cater to Disney trips. Doesn't interest me at all. I think that it's cool. My children are now 20 and 19. I'm past that stage, thank you. And so I don't curate trips for that. I don't do any domestic travel. My niche is all inclusive resorts. I
Hmm.
like for when I go somewhere, my food and my drinks are taken care of. So that's what I specialize. And once the cruise side gets back and rolling safely, hopefully by next year, then I'll be rebooking and booking those as well. But if you're wanting to deal with a travel agent, it's best because they have all the connections, and it's just kind of like changing a tire. I could probably go out there and struggle how to do that, change that tire, or I'm just gonna go to the dealership or go up the street and let Billy do it because it's just worth it for me to have to take care of that. There's some things that you can value more so than just doing it yourself.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of surprises in traveling. And so a lot of travel agents are aware. And I know my friend, because he travels, he told us about making sure your credit cards are, you tell your bank that you're going to go overseas, all these things that you think that doesn't matter.
You
And
didn't even think
it
about
matters. You
making
don't think
copies
about
of your passport
it.
because people
Hmm.
think we've had
Yeah.
someone that was on a group trip, they lost their passport.
Yeah.
Well, did she make a copy of it?
Yeah.
So we got to
Yeah.
rush down and so it's a lot of different things,
It's a
little
lot.
things that you don't think about, we've
Yeah.
already thought about.
Yeah, and the fact that travel agents do save you money, it does,
Sometimes.
especially with those last minutes too, because
Oh yeah, sometimes
last minute is expensive.
it
But when I
is.
did do a travel agent, the travel agent got me a better deal. So you,
Look, and I tell them I don't want to mislead them because I tell my people I don't worry about the deals. I want you
mm,
to have the value and the experience.
yeah,
Because they'll say, you know what? I don't care if it was $80 more. Having you made a difference.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. And then of
it was
course Tiffany
well worth
got the plug on the excursions and the activities because we love our
it.
excursions activities.
And so we already got the connections at those
Got the
particular
connection.
areas, resorts. Like when I go to Jamaica, I already know
Oh
Neville's
yeah.
going to take care of my thing. When I go to
Yeah,
Punta Cana, I already know Island. Like they already know who I'm going to deal with, and they're going to
yeah.
create this trip for my people. And
Yes,
they're going
wonderful.
to care. Yeah, I love it.
Wonderful. Please let the audience know anything we have not covered, all misconceptions, what you like them to know. Please do that at this time.
I would love for everyone to know that travel is going to come back even harder. Some people
Mhm.
have not taken this COVID vaccine. Some people are not sure what they want to do if they want to do it. You can start planning your trip now. Just make certain that you're booking with your travel insurance, your travel agent, and you're purchasing your travel insurance. Now, if you're looking for all inclusive resorts, then you need to get with Trip with Tiff. I am the
That's it.
Caribbean Cruise Connection, and I love you. And there's nothing, I mean, nothing, not a zada zilch. There's nothing you can do about it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So we're so excited to have you here. I'm so
Thank
glad for
you.
what you're doing. And I definitely note when I need a travel agent, I know who I'm gonna call as well. So
Yes,
that's
and make sure you
amazing.
follow me. Yeah, most of make sure
Absolutely.
on Facebook, Trip with Tiff,
Yes. Yes.
and on Instagram. If you're Instagram savvy, then I'm
Yeah.
Trip with Tiff Travel.
Yeah. Please give them all your social media handles now.
Yes,
What platforms are you on? Instagram and you on
I am on Instagram at Trip with Tiff Travel,
mhm.
and on Facebook, I'm Trip with Tiff, Tiff.
Okay, that's amazing. So, thank you so much, and I'm sure you'll be
Thank you
back.
for
And
having me.
whenever you have anything else, and when it comes back full circle, please come back. Any special promotions, please come back. We
I would
so
love it.
excited to have you. I'm sure.
Anytime, Mr.
Yeah.
Solomon. I
Thank
appreciate
you
you coming.
so much for being on Patronage, and definitely we'll be building a community here where we're
I
going to
love it.
support and patronize one another once we grow, and that's what it's all about.
When you grow, you're already growing. You're
Yeah,
already growing, and blessings to
absolutely.
you in the community.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Okay.
You too.
Till
Later.
next time. All right.
Bye.
Well, there you have it. Another great interview on King Solomon Entertainment, patronage platform where business owners, business entrepreneurs meet with consumers and engagement in business. We thank you so much for Book with Tiff, Tiff Voyage, ATL. We're so thankful for her to be on this platform. If you have not subscribed, make sure you guys have subscribed to our YouTube channel, King Solomon Entertainment. We on Instagram. We on Facebook. Please subscribe, share this video. Another great interview. Until next time, guys, make sure you reach out